we've heard of the Christmas miracles, and I think we had a few today, didn't we? An away win, 5 goals, a Harvey Saunders goal, a Regan Hendry goal as well. There was I mean, it was a very surreal experience, and I'm glad that I haven't woken up and it's been a dream. Fantastic performance, I think, from the start. Even going there today, you felt this was going to be the day. Big away crowd. We know they don't have many fans. They're not in great form. We're, I think, riding the crest of a wave at the moment. And I think from minute one, we looked the team who were hungry, who had the bit between the teeth, were organised, really stopped them playing first and foremost. And then when we got it, I'd say it's probably the most complete performance I've seen from us for a very, very long time.
Harvey Saunders, 25 games we've waited to see him hit the back of the net. So great to see that happen. An away victory, well, that hasn't happened since February the 25th of this year when Tranmere won 1-0 at Stevenage. Believe it or not, that is the only other victory that Harvey Saunders has had in an away game in a Tranmere shirt, and he's played in quite a lot of them. I mean, Tranmere absolutely wiped the floor with Salford this afternoon. And we know that Salford are in a bad run of form, and they are plummeting down the table, and their manager is under significant pressure. We know that Tranmere travel well when they go to Salford, that they've generally picked up some pretty good results when they've been there. I mean, we all remember the game during the COVID era when Tranmere had basically half a squad out and then half a reserve team and still managed to pick up a victory. There've been a couple of other impressive games at their place. There was a 1-0 victory last season when Josh Hawke scored. There was a 1-1 draw a couple of years ago when Paul Glatzel scored. So there've been generally decent games there. Tranmere have never lost away to Salford, and they continued that trend. I mean, what did they do so well that allowed them to just be so brilliant?
I think it was a continuation of what we've seen under Nige in that out of possession, we had a very good shape. I think we actually pushed up a lot higher today than we have in previous games. We were braver, and we were so organised without the ball. And then when they played it into certain areas, we could then press, and we pressed very aggressively. You saw that for the second goal where we turned it over and got in with really good counter attack. And I think that was the basis. Like they've got some, like Elliot Watt, a lot of people last season were saying he was the best midfielder in League Two. He barely did anything today, apart from fish the ball out the net and kick it back to the halfway line. So we stopped them getting any kind of passing groove. We turned the ball over a lot of the time. And then when we got it, I thought we were, I'd say, braver and more, certainly more clinical, but braver. Like there was players running past the ball. We were breaking forward with a bit more pace and intent than I think we've seen previously. Midfielders breaking out. Regan Hendry did it a couple of times, particularly second half. And I think you can see the confidence in the players and the team now. Early season, I remember, I think it might have been a podcast, might have been the one with Rob Edwards, and I was saying, like, I do think this squad, there is quality in there, but you had a squad with such low confidence and such bad organisation. And now you've got the very opposite end of that scale. You've got very organised, everyone looks like they know the role, and then they're playing with confidence. And with that confidence, they're being a bit more composed on the ball. They're maybe being a bit bolder, making that run, making that pass, taking that shot on. And it was just an outstanding all-round performance. I mean, you could go through the whole team and pick out bits that they've done well. I mean, even after a 5-1, McGee made a couple of good saves. I thought the two centre-halves were outstanding. We know Matt Smith, in terms of a target man, is probably the toughest one you'll come up against, and he was completely ineffectual today for the most part. The fullbacks, I thought O'Connor is growing and growing as a player. Again, I think a player who suffered a lot of a lot of a confidence dip at the start of the season. The last few weeks, I think he's been fantastic. Hendry and Walker, really, really good. Kieran Morris, possibly the best game we've seen from him in a very long time. Actor didn't get on the score sheet, but still constant threat. And then the front two, and Harvey Saunders, who I think there's been a lot of criticism of him. I've been sceptical of his inclusion at times. But what you get from that lad, you get just energy, enthusiasm, sort of selflessness as well. He'll run for the team, he'll run hard. But today I thought the first goal was exactly what we need to see more of him. He sort of got in and you could tell he sort of settled himself before finishing it. And it's nice that he's sort of proved Nigel's faith in him and ended that sort of run without a goal as well. And then obviously the final man we've not mentioned, Connor Jennings, just same as usual. And it's let's leave it at that.